So guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Pokemon Review the Book, and today we're doing What if South Africa made an empire? I'm sorry for not posting for the last 2 weeks, I think, maybe 2-3 weeks. It is because I have been in Disney World for that amount of time in Orlando, Florida, which means I did not bring my computer because my parents did not allow me to, so I only have my phone. So my computer's just been chilling at home, so I couldn't upload YouTube videos because of that. But I just got back a few days ago, and I am ready to make another YouTube video. So I looked at my suggestions, and Mario74025, which I have done another suggestion from him. I do not remember which one, but I did another suggestion from him. Maybe I think it was Poland, something like that. Well, he suggested what if South Africa made an empire. So that's what I'm doing today. So Mario, thanks for the 2 video ideas. I hope you can continue submitting ideas. I would love to do them. So yeah, let's jump right into the video. Oh no, wait, sorry. One more thing. Don't mind all my personal projects up here. I don't want to talk about it, but I do a lot of stuff like military and stuff, and these are all custom. So yes, just don't mind. You just focus on the video. So yeah, let's get right into it. So first and foremost, Africa would attack its 2 small enclave nations, which for the life of me, I cannot remember their names, but they exist, and there's 2. So yeah, those are South Africa's first targets. First and foremost, this one right there is yeah, it's being weird. Like I can't drag or anything. Well, just so you know, yeah, they don't last long. They gone. Both nations fall within the matter of 7 days, 1 week actually, which is quite surprising because of the state of the military of South Africa, but they get it done somehow. And also racial stuff in South Africa. It has exploded, and the nation is on the brink of collapse in this universe, despite being military very strong. It's focused way too many resources on its military, and its internal thing it's not looking too great down there. There we go. That's much better. Sorry about that. That was just, I don't know, me messing around with stuff. I guess I clicked the wrong button, apparently. Alright, so that doesn't matter. Now with that, the racial divisions, South Africa with the whites mostly controlling the west, but the black native people and the forced slaves act over the last few centuries, they basically now live in the west of the nation. No, the east of the nation. I'm so bad. I don't know. I don't know. I can't think. It's 7:18 right now. I can't think properly. So yeah, yes, the whites control the west, and the black native people control the east. I don't want to be like racist or anything, but that's what's been taught white and black. So I just don't want to offend anybody. It's just that if you look at the state of South Africa right now, there's a lot of racism in there. So yeah, it's in this universe. It's even worse. So yeah, the racial divide keeps getting worse and worse as more nations are conquered. So now looking forward, Mozambique, Botswana, and this nation right here are all attacked as part of South Africa's expansion to conquer all of South Africa. Which they're basically gonna conquer all of this on Madagascar. But right now they have a they have a peace agreement with this Namibia, yeah, Namibia. So that for the next 20 years there'll be no war between them. Which they will hold up, but after that 20 years, South Africa is free to attack them. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know. With this, South Africa launches a mass invasion into Mozambique, as the Mozambican military is not the strongest. And Mozambique, no, South Africa conquers much of Mozambique, leaving two sections. The West Army, which is basically also Botswanans and people from here over here, but very little as they're retreating back to their borders as in fighting intenses, but their line is barely able to hold. And then the Northern Army, which is basically what was left, they are beginning to retreat into Tanzania as the front line has basically collapsed, but they don't want to die, so they're retreating to Tanzania or this Long Island nation, this long nation right here. I don't know all their names. Sorry. So the Northern Army front, which has collapsed, like I stated before, and with retreating soldiers, it's just worse and worse. As they push all the way up to the Tanzanian border, and the last few troops are either captured or escape to Tanzania. With this diversion of power, this with the Northern Army fallen, South Africa now focuses its entire military on what's left of Mozambique, Botswana, and this nation. As the South Africans are finally able to break the stalemate on the border right here, launch a massive offensive. But their military with the terrain and stuff being pretty. I don't know. I think the terrain is bad right here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I truly do not know. I thought I know there's like a. I think there's like a desert right here. I might be totally incorrect, actually. I probably am correct. I probably am incorrect, but I don't know. So this is only for entertainment purposes only. I'm not the greatest historian, as I am only 13. I've only been researching history for only 3 years now. And I'm just trained only like history of like nation stuff. I love the Ottoman Empire, Russian Empire, the Qing Dynasty. I love those nations, but I don't really focus much on Africa. I don't really know the Mali Empire and the Abyssinian Empire, and like ancient Egypt. That's all I really know. So just don't mind my geography in Africa. It's pretty bad. That's why I don't film videos down here, but it's been requested, so I guess I gotta do it. So the Mozambican army basically is now Mozambique has completely fallen, as Botswana sets up a defensive line in the remaining half of their nation. As this nation right here collapses, leaving the Botswanan army basically unable to defend. But over here, the troops are only right there where I showed you. So they haven't fully moved up over here. So taking that advantage, using their small number of troops over here, they launched a small invasion into that nation, ultimately leading to this, as they desperately tried to defend, and thanks to recruits from what they reclaimed of the other nation, they were able to somewhat hold. But as casualties are mounting on both sides, and as the racial divide but as more and more native black people revolt, this ultimately basically leads to separation in the nation as all of this land separates from South Africa, claiming the nation, um, claiming that they, yeah, they're calling it the Republic of South Africa. They're calling it the Federation of South Africa, which I think it's called. Yeah, the Federation of South Africa, which is now more predominantly, which is now black, more as in this universe. Whites control these areas right here and over here too. There's a few pockets up here that also revolt, but this does lead to one major thing. All of the if Botswana and the Federation of South Africa are able to you link right here in this 50-mile gap right here between the two things, that would mean all these troops over here are then cut off from supply and all starve to death, which could lead to a massive reinnovation and might be able to lead to them defeating the far superior South African military. So that's exactly what they do. They after desperate fighting, that alright, that was long, but over. It's fine now. Am I still recording? You see? So now the Botswana South African military is are able to link up and form a pretty big gap, which does lead to where Mozambique was. All those troops over there are now starving to death and stuff, are running out of supplies, but they are able to pillage out of the entire country, leading to them being able to somewhat resupply, but their ammunition is not largely available, as the Mozambicans mostly took it back with them. But this does lead to the Mozambicans who retreated to these two nations regrouping right here leading to a new invasion from what remained of the Mozambican military, leading to them able to recapture some land, and thanks to resistance groups, they were able to capture the northern part of Mozambique back. But the South Africans are using whatever they have, are able to make a stalemate, but it's not great as their forces are now completely falling apart as the Federation of South Africa launches a tiny invasion, only capturing only pushing them back around 80 miles in total right here. But their resources are limited as they rather surrender than fight to the death, which the South African military wants them to. As these two pockets right here are soon also overrun. But these two over here are able to somewhat link up, but they tried to link up with the main force. But the South Africans, but the Republic of South Africa is able to unite, is able to beat them back, solidifying right here. Wait, hold on, let me look up something real quick. I'm super sorry. Full name of yeah. Okay, I'm correct. This is Republic of South Africa. This is the Federation of South Africa. So Republican forces over here. Their full line just completely falls apart as forces from both sides, both Botswana, Mozambique, and Federation forces of cave in on the remaining forces as they're entirely wiped out. But this does lead to a new stalemate in what is remaining captured of this nation and half of original South Africa. This does lead, but federal and Mozambican and Botswanan forces are able to launch an offensive, capture Cape Town. Basically leading to the what am I even saying? Basically, that leads to the collapse of the front as the entire thing falls into shambles. This nation right here is completely taken back, and the Republican forces are defeated. But one more thing that does happen that's quite interesting is then all of these nations, since that they wanted to solve poverty and stuff, and also having worked quite well together. One of the very rare instances in history of the world. The Federation of South Africa is fully formed with all of this land, and it's predominantly black. But the white minorities, they don't treat them as badly, but there's now a lot of hate to the white people as now they're the inferior people, and they're basically treated as like the black people were. But the new government begins to make equality for both people, and ultimately leads to a new bright future for the fastest industrializing nation in all the old world. The Federation of South Africa is ranked number six, is ranked number 12, and on the world military power index. In that universe, it's not on our universe. It's an other universe. So, just yeah. And yeah, but their their poverty rate went from 80% down from 80%, thanks to like all the war and stuff, only down to now 12%. It's average wage per month in that nation is $500. Not great, but that is literally going up every day by a few cents. There, yeah, and a decade from what is now, expect to be number 5 ranked on the military power index, and people every month are going to be probably going to be making normally $16,000, which would be basically the best in the world, thanks to all the diamond mines and all the natural resources in the nation. As they're also working away from that, as they're also building massive solar energy and wind energy, a lot of dams and stuff, as they want to become 100% reliant on renewable resources to try to save the environment, as they're also planning to cut down their waste pollution into the ocean by 80%. So yeah, they're basically new government is basically trying to form a new great nation in South Africa. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. My voice is now I'm starting to lose my voice now because I am sick. Thank you guys so much for watching. They have taken over Eastern chunk of South Africa, and this is what if South Africa made an empire in 2023. But it's technically a federation. Goodbye.